Saludos programas, and welcome to another episode of the Biconics Hot Tag. JR is going to be missing from Toronto. Jim Ross took to Twitter and said that he was going to be missing from the AEW NJPW Forbidden Door pay-per-view on Sunday. JR tweeted, "Looks like I'm likely to miss seeing my amazing friend at Rainmakers Okada this run. Okada vs. at Bryan Danielson will raise the bar significantly. Guaranteed classic." It was just the other week that JR said he was taking a step back from wrestling after he suffered a fall before his announcing gig at AEW Collision last weekend. Big Vince is still in them weeds.
Son of a bitch!
In an interview this week with Joe Biamonte of Sport, Ricochet went on to say, "Vince is still involved and Vince is still talked to. He's still someone that everyone looks to, especially with creative. So he's got his finger in everything too. I think Triple H and everybody in creative is just trying to do the best they can in bringing out the best in who they have. They're trying to work to everyone's strengths. I think that's something that Triple H has always done. They want to grow the brand as much as possible, whether it's Raw or SmackDown or NXT. They're trying to highlight the strengths of everybody. I think it's been great so far. Everybody sees the popularity of the brand now, so they just want to expand it as much as possible. I think what they've been doing recently with everyone has been great. Everybody's been going out there and giving it their all." This confirmation of Vince McMahon working with creative does go a little against what he said earlier this year when the WWE was bought out by the UFC's parent company, Endeavor. In an interview when the sale first happened, Vince McMahon said that he was going to be, quote-unquote, staying out of the weeds of creative, end quote, and that he was going to be doing more higher executive things. But what do you think about Vince McMahon having his hands back in the weeds of creative? Let us know down in the comments.
Hacks! I call hacks!
The Forbidden Door opens! This Sunday, June 25th at 7 p.m., AEW and New Japan World Wrestling are going to be having their Forbidden Door pay-per-view, and the roster for this event is stacked. Wrestling in the Forbidden Door, we have Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Championship. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Sonata for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk versus Satoshi Kojima. Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Championship. Orange Cassidy, Daniel Garcia, Zack Sabre Jr., and Katsuyori Shibata in a fatal four-way for the AEW International Championship. Athena versus Billy Starks. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and someone to be announced later. Blackpool Combat Club, Shota Umino, and Konosuke Takashita versus the Elite, Eddie Kingston, and Tomohiro Ishii.
TikTok.
And that's it for this episode of Hot Tag. For more wrestling content, please come check us out on the Biconics Podcast YouTube channel. Or if you're already here, like and subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. You can also catch the Biconics crew over at the Vibe Tribe Productions YouTube channel on the Biconics Wrestling Podcast. Also available wherever you listen to podcasts. But until next time, I'm Adolfo the Nerdy Puerto Rican. Hablamos luego.